So I want to acknowledge I'm speaking to you today from the lands of the Gayamaygal people. I would like to extend my respect to elders past and present and any First Nations people watching. Sovereignty was never ceded. This always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be chatting with you and my very special guest about the incredible Netflix series Warrior Nun and the awesome representation that the show provides to so many people. Joining me today, as you can all see, is an absolute deserved fan favorite from the show. When we first meet Camila, she's still fresh to the world of the OCS, but her technological knowledge and her enthusiasm just have her be an instant asset to the team. And throughout the 2 seasons, we really see her grow and develop into this just absolute force that she is in season 2. I'm just so excited and privileged and overwhelmed to be welcoming Olivia Delcán.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So excited too.
If you haven't watched seasons 1 and 2, you're going to be very confused about what we're talking about. So please go watch seasons 1 and 2 of Warrior Nun first, and then come back and watch the interview. Olivia, in your own words, who is Sister Camila?
She is a very enthusiastic person who just like has a lot of light in her and in within her, and who has a great sense of what's right and wrong and just and not just, and she really like lives her life through her own like values, and like a very emotional character also.
Her morality stands so like solid in the show, if you know what I mean. It's like, I think one of the things that I love most about her that we do see in season 2 is the fact that everything can be rocking around her and she's still like, she's got her faith, she's got what she knows is right, and she'll stick to it. So like, sort of, I would love to sort of know, when you think about that part of Camila, how is it to play that? Because I think it's always very complicated to play a character that is so not set in her ways, but so grounded in a true sense of morality.
It was just like to dive just right into her. Like, I remember the first day of second season that I haven't played Camila in 2 years. And then suddenly I'm doing like, because I started doing the first scene that I'm just walking like through the castle or the convent that we are in Toledo. And I was just like, oh, it was so easy. I was just like, oh, this is Camila. I missed her. It's just like, it's kind of easy for me to just like dive into Camila. I feel that I know her so well. And also like just the costume, like the outfits that Cristina Sopeña made, they're just so well made that you just like, it's almost like a body memory, like when you wear something and you just feel like in the character. So I'm also a very intuitive actress, so I just dive into it. Like, I don't have to prepare a lot.
It's like,
I mean, I do prepare, but not like, but I'm just very intuitive, and I think Camila is too. So we have that in common.
Yeah, definitely. She's very engaged with what's going on around her. I saw a video that was like putting Camila into, you know, what color is she? What different things is she? And the animal that they chose was a meerkat. And I was like, oh, I see that. Like, just because of like, because she's just like, she knows what's happening all the time. It's very alert to it.
She is like an animal for sure.
I would love to sort of just like talk about for a moment that change that we do see for Camila in season 2, because she isn't that, I won't say that she was naive in season 1, I don't think, but she was young and she was newer and didn't know as much. And then in season 2, we do see this shift and growth and independence from her. So, you know, you said that it was sort of easy to fall back into who she was. How was it to sort of meet her again, but then play those differences and play that change?
It was very interesting because like Camila had much more depth into her character, and I think it also made her mature in so many ways. Like, and you can see that in this season. And I mean, her essence is still there, but like the whole Adriel thing just like made her shift everything, like even her values, like when she even like thinks like when she realizes that all the history was wrong, like her whole world is just like falling apart, and then she finds the strength to build again. And I think that's very important. So yeah, I love that she has so many layers this season. It's great.
Definitely. And like, I think that's a very true thing to life, right? To find like a lot of strength, it does sometimes take being knocked completely back to work out how strong you can be. And I definitely, when I was sort of reading Camila from you, and again, it's a credit to just you as a performer, is how like real and devastated, but then strong. Like it was really, it was just really beautifully played. So yeah, I just
thank you. I appreciate it.
I feel that the heart of the show really does come from the ensemble and the strength that you all have together. You know, it also speaks to the message of the show that, you know, you're strongest with the people when you're with people around you who love you. How was it, again, after 2 years, coming back to this unit, this ensemble, and sort of working as a cohesive team again?
It was great and also different because like we have Jack with us this season, and Mina, and I had so much more time with Silvia, with Mother Superior, and it's we just get like really well, like we get along so well, like outside the show. And then when we're shooting, it's so rich, like we're just like so connected. And it's also like because they're all like, I was the only one that was from Madrid. They were all like far away from home. So that just makes everything like blend more.
Did you get to show them some of your favorite places around Madrid?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, we did a lot of things together because it was like August. Madrid in the summer is just always so empty. And very hot, but we got to do a lot of fun stuff together.
Awesome. That's so cool. I know that so many people really love the fight scenes and the action in Warrior Nun because it is so coded as, like, if it's a Warrior Nun fight scene, you know it's a Warrior Nun fight scene. And what I really loved about your involvement and Camilla's involvement in these fight scenes was that it was so varied. There was those, you know, there were the hand-to-hand moments, and then there was more of the, you know, Camila as a lookout or Camila sort of standing back. So how are those action scenes like for you personally to film? Do you enjoy them? Are they hard?
They're awesome. They're so much fun. And this season we got to train like so much with Lee and Kai that were like the fight instructors. And all the the stunt team, they were so amazing. They showed us so much, and we did we trained so much, and I'm so happy that you can see that like in screen. Like all the fights this season are just like so sick. They're amazing.
They're incredible. They're just complete top-notch.
I'm blown away. I was like watching them the other day and I was like, whoa, like Mother Superior is just like killing it.
The Mother Superior fight in the boardroom, I watched that yesterday again and I was losing my mind. It's so cool.
Amazing. And also like Lilith scenes, like the fights, they're so sick. I mean, all of them, they're so fun because you shoot the scenes and they look like they look that like a very particular way, but then with all the effects, it's crazy. Like the effects are amazing, and there's so much adrenaline when you're shooting a fight scene, and so much coordination. There's a mix of adrenaline and coordination and like being really centered. And it's so fun. Like I think I've never done fight scenes like that before. No, in any other show. And I they're a little bit addictive. It's great.
We're hoping we see more of it next
more.
season.
You were just like, I want my fight to be longer. I was always like, no, but please, I want my fight.
You were one of my favorite Camila like moments through the entire season was the when she runs up to the police officer and just takes him out and said, I'm sorry, I'm sure you're very nice. That is just such a funny scene. And also, like, even though it's quick, that little action like sequence, it is clean. It is beautiful.
Yes. Like the son who played the police, he really like showed me, like we rehearsed it so many times. He's a really cool stunt. It was very clean. I that was like my first fight scenes, I think, that season, and I was just like, wow, I love it. Crazy.
It was so awesome. Do you have like a favorite fight scene that you were involved with? Because you had just so many sort of little moments of action.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed the one with the guard.
Yep.
Like the one that was like very clean, because also like Beatrice's stunt double, Joe, was doing like a thing where she just jumped down from a building and was like crawling into the wall, and we had to coordinate everything so it would blend in like the whole shoot. And it was so much fun. And it was like in this street of Madrid that I love, like in La Latina, where it's a place that I always go out for like dinner or drinks. And we're doing like this incredible fight scene. And yeah, I really like that moment. It was like very simple and fun.
I would love to talk about the relationship between Camila and Mother Superior, because we do see that developed so much more this season. And also just your on-screen relationship with Sylvia is it just looks so tight, and just so it is, all of the moments that you guys have together is so beautifully performed, which again is just a credit to both of you being incredible. So, you know, we got to see them start out the season in the cat's cradle with that sort of big tragedy, and then losing Mary at the same time. And we see Camila sort of literally leaning on Mother Superior in sort of many ways. And then sort of by the end of season 2, we have Camila standing sort of much more independently. And I think in a lot of ways, that's almost thanks to Mother Superior and the way Mother Superior sort of guided her. How was it sort of working on that relationship, you know, between Camila and Mother Superior?
It was amazing, because Sylvia, she's such an amazing actress. Like she really, there's actors that they don't need to share a lot of things that they prepared for the role or anything. And Sylvia is just so generous that she would just like share everything with me that she prepared, like for Mother Superior. And she's a very like strict actor. Like she has everything like very much like written and thought about, and like very disciplined. And yeah, we would talk a lot, and we would listen a lot to Rafaela Carrà, which is like a Italian singer. Look at your cat, so cute. Rafaela Carrà is a very fun Italian singer, famous also, very, very famous. And we would actually like have a lot of fun, like in between takes. But we would talk a lot, for sure. Like we would talk about the characters more that we would rehearse the lines. We would just like talk in depth about like the relationship and how they get there. And and through that we really did build a friendship. Like she's just, I admire her so much, and I think she's a great actor. I loved it.
I would love to just sort of like get your thoughts on how you think Mother Superior helped Camila to get to this sort of independence.
Yeah, I do think like Mother Superior is like a mother to Camila this season. Like she educates her and she guides her, but she's also like, she really trusts Camila. And that's how Camila grows, because she does feel that Mother Superior sees her and sees what she's capable of. So Camila can like fly free through like lit freedom. Yeah, it is.
Would love to just talk about, I think, a lot of people's favorite chaotic scene from season 2, the erotic pastries van. It is it is a hilarious moment, such a ridiculous concept, obsessed with it, one of my favorite things.
I love it.
So yeah, what was that scene like for you to do sort of with Sylvia? Because I know she's an incredible comedic actress, and you know, you were just so straight-faced. I have no idea how you did it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we did. We had a blast that day. I think that was the day that we laughed more. Like, not only us, like the whole set was just like cracking out. Like, they were just like, it was so funny. It was so funny to see us like so seriously, just like with the pastries, with the dick things. It was great. It was great. Yeah. I had to, like, I had a hard time not laughing. I had to really like calm down, breathe in, breathe out.
Yep.
It's hard because when I have fun doing a scene, I start cracking out. Like, I'm that kind of actor that if I find something funny, I'm just like, I can't.
I sort of, when I was writing these questions, and when I think about Warrior Nun a lot, it does, especially that core unit, the OCS, does have this just very strong like family energy to it. They feel like sisters, they feel like family. And we get to see a new sister come into the group, sort of the new baby, you know. So with Yasmin and Camilla taking on almost this like older sibling role to her. I love that moment when you're getting out of the van at the Prado Museum, and you know, we assumed that meant you could drive. It was just very like when you yell at your siblings.
Yes, yeah, we had a lot of fun with that relationship, because also like with Mina, we got along so well, like with the actor that played Yasmin. We bonded so fast. So it's so funny because we were rehearsing and it was just like, oh wait, Camilla doesn't trust Yasmin yet. Like, she doesn't trust her. She's still like putting a lot of boundaries and just like putting distance. And yeah, it was very fun to see like the way that Camilla and Yasmin start to bond, and the way that Camilla starts to trust and take care of Yasmin. And it is like because Yasmin is someone who's like more of a rookie than Camilla this season. So now Camilla's like, oh, finally there's someone that I could just like look over to, like lead in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And like one of my favorite moments of that sort of relationship is between Camilla and Yasmin in Adriel's Cathedral, which is just such a cool and beautifully shot scene as well. And it really showed that like fundamental good and bravery from Camilla that we had definitely seen before in bits, but like that selfless bravery really came to the surface. So like, yeah, how was that scene for you to do? Because it was a very complex, very like heavy scene in a lot of ways.
It was like a very heavy scene, and because Camilla always has like the comedy into the scenes, and this season it's cool because there's scenes that there's no comedy for Camilla. Like it's just like it's raw. That's what it is, and it's difficult because it's difficult. The scene is just like there's a lot of things going on. But I remember just like being really comfortable with Mina, and just like there was so much going on that you just had to do nothing because the script was already like very good, and there was so many, like the extras were just so good also, like and Adriel is just so spooky.
But I love that sisterly bond that is between Camilla and Beatrice. It is such a beautiful through line that has sort of been there from the start. Even when Camilla was a rookie, Beatrice still wanted to look after her. And, you know, we see Beatrice continuing to try to do that in season 2, and Camilla's like, stop it. So, you know, and I think what is also really cool and familiar about it is how honest they are with one another. You know, it's very straightforward, the relationship. There's no, you know, no fluff about it. Because most of the Beatrice and Camilla relationship this season was very relatively intense. Yeah. So how did you approach that with the growth that Camila has had?
Yeah, I think Camila really wants to show Beatrice that she's matured.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she's still like innocent and also like not mad that Beatrice finds her like naive or like wants to take care of her. She's not mad about it, but just like she wants to change Beatrice's perception of her, and that's almost impossible. Like like I have an older brother, and like there's no way he's not gonna see me like his younger sister.
Yeah.
So it's also naive of Camila to try to change Beatrice's perception. But yeah, I think the scenes are so important. Like I think their relationship after those scenes, like mostly after the one in the like Jillian's compound. That's a beautiful scene.
The
like
"You Are the Best of Us" one.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
No, I completely agree with what you said about, when you're a younger sibling, there's no way you're going to change what your older sibling thinks about you. Like, I'm the youngest of 3, so I completely get it. I know I'll always be the baby, but but I think it's a lot of the time like a sense of frustration. It's like, I'm an adult.
Yes, but you're also the younger sister, and it's hard.
Yeah. Do you want to ask as well? There's this running joke in the fandom that Camila is sort of the original Avatrice supporter. People like that she saw her from the start and has been like pushing them along. When do you sort of think she realized that Beatrice and Ava were a thing?
Yeah, I read like the question before, and I was like, wow, that's a good question. Like, I'm sure she saw it on season 1, like maybe when Beatrice, yes, I remember perfectly now. On season 1, when Beatrice was training Ava through like the wall scene.
Yep.
I remember that one time like Ava fell and like Beatrice like looked at her, like she was like, "Are you okay?" And they shared a look. And I was there. Like Camila was there and she was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, what's going on here?" Yeah, I think that was it.
We mentioned Adriel before, because it is such a huge part of season 2. The role that Camila played in bringing down Adriel is huge and fundamental in so many ways. Like the mental warfare was incredible. When I spoke to William, he sort of said those scenes were very fun for him to play with you. So how did you enjoy those moments shared with William and playing that sort of more psychological game?
They were very interesting. Like William, he's such a magnetic actor. Like it was, he was just bringing a lot to it. Like it was impressive because he played such a good Adriel, because like Camila was just like looking at him like, what? Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get into your mind, but I'm gonna bring you down. But she was impressed. Like I think she was impressed by him. Like it was like, okay, I can see why you are manipulating so many people. But she's so smart, and she was like, I'm impressed. She was a bit scared also, like the character, and but I think she was impressed. And me as an actor, I did have fun. I did have fun for sure, because it brings Camila's like, she's so fun with her sisters and deep and playful, and then with Adriel, she's just like, I really want to impress you too. And like play cool, and don't show him that you are afraid, or that you don't really know what you're gonna do, because Camila doesn't know. Like in the first scene, she doesn't know what she's gonna do. Like she's just like trying, like plan, like seeing what she can plan out.
Yeah, like testing the waters sort of to see what
Exactly.
she can push and prod at. I that first interaction between Camila and Adriel in the Prado, it was like so it was like so beautiful, but also so like scary.
Yeah, that scene was me. Like shooting in the Prado, like with the Velázquez painting right there, like the Meninas. Like I've gone so many times to the Prado Museum, and it was just like so amazing to shoot there for real. Yeah. And also like William has so much luck because his outfits are just so sick. They're so amazing. Like that's why Camila was so impressed, because he was like, he's just wearing this stuff, like this clothes, and it's really fun.
They've been calling him Euro Trash Jesus.
I love that. Euro Trash Jesus. That's great.
Well, because like his outfits are incredible.
Yes,
So,
they're
like,
so creative. I love it.
They're so great, and there's so much beautiful art and stuff that comes out of the fandom. It's just blows my mind every single day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
When William was speaking, he sort of he spoke about the fact that he sort of felt that a lot of the interactions between Camila and Adriel felt out of character for Camila, like not in like a negative sense, just in the fact that it was so different to the way that she acts generally, like around other people. So I guess like playing those differences and sort of how was it judging her reactions and sort of testing those waters?
Yeah, I think she plays a different role for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's new for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it surprises her too. Like she's just like, okay, this is a different territory for me, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I think she tries to remain calm, like just to play step by step.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I agree. I saw the scenes the other day, and I was like, yeah, like out of character. Like I think Camilla has like such a she can be like a range, like a range of expressions and ideas and tempers. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she is so complex. Like she and we did like sort of like you said, we did get to see all of that complexity coming in season 2. Like I loved the mentions and the little bit of backstory that we got for Camilla. Like that was so beautiful and valuable to I think to understand a character, you do need to know in some degree where they're coming from. Did that backstory that you got, from Simon, from the writers, line up with what you thought in season 1, or did you have something else in your head, or did you know that from the start?
Yes, it definitely did. There was a bit of backstory also in like season 1, I remember.
Yeah.
Like when I have the tea scene with Lilith. And I think I spoke to Simon about like Camilla's backstory a little bit. And I think after that conversation, that what Simon wrote was a bit of a mixture between the conversation that we had and what he had in mind.
Yeah.
So that's very cool, because I feel that I just like this season, David Hayter told me a very interesting thing, and I think I can say this, but the character Camilla, like Camilla's character, was supposed to die on season 1.
Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely
really?
not.
Yes.
That's awful.
And David Hayter told me that they liked so much like the character and what I was doing, that they decided to just like not kill her. and I was just like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think like everything that they're writing about Camilla is so new.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I love that they just like, that was like so beautiful, like to hear. I was like, so overwhelmed. Yeah.
Well, if they had done that, it would have been, first of all, a terrible mistake because everybody loves Camila as a character. I've never heard one bad thing about Camila as a character, but also I love everybody in the cast. I love all of your performances. I think that it is a beautifully acted show, as good as it is written. But if you'd not been in it, it would have been much for the worse. Like,
yeah, it was like the story with Jesse Pinkman, like in Breaking Bad. Do you know that story? It happened the same to his character. I love that story. I love it.
I'm very glad, and I know that I can speak on behalf of all of the fans when I say that they made the right choice by keeping you, because it would have been a
For
tragedy.
Sure.
Do you have sort of a favorite scene or favorite scenes that you were a part of, or even that you just watched, from season 2?
Yeah, I think the erotic pastries van, it's a very, very cool scene.
Yep.
I remember like the first week I shot a lot with Sylvia, and it was just like the first 2 episodes with Sylvia were just so fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have one
No,
scene
please.
with Tekla, the actor that plays
Yeah.
Jillian. And it was just like a very predictive scene because I never shot with her before. And it turned out to be a very funny scene. Like when I'm praying, she comes in and I'm like, oh, wait. And it was just like, I really liked doing that scene with her.
Does that mean he's stealing prayers from God?
Yes. Yeah. I had a blast with that scene.
One of my favorite scenes from season 2 was, and it was a small moment, but it was when, Camila yanks Ava and Beatrice into the cinema and walks through the aisles.
Yeah, I love that. And that cinema is so special. Yeah. It's beautiful, that cinema. And it was very funny because they're watching, I don't know if you saw it, but they're watching a movie about nuns. That is a very famous Spanish movie about nuns. Citroën, it's called.
Yeah.
And it's so iconic. I loved it too. Yeah, that scene is great.
I know we've talked about a couple, but like behind the scenes stories that you'd like to share with the fans from season 2.
I mean, I'm sure I have a bunch. Like I shared the one that David Hayter told me. Like he told me that when I was in makeup the first day, he was like, "Olivia, how are you? It's so good to see you." And then before he left, he was like, "Oh, did you know? You just did such an amazing job that we decided to write your character like differently."
I love that so much. That's so cool. That's just so cool.
Yeah. But what else?
Mina told me about you was it you grabbing her shirt, or she grabbed yours and pulled and it just like came off?
Oh yes. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was so funny. And I remember like with Jack and Alba.
Yeah.
They were so funny. Like because they're like the whole season, they're always just like giving glances to each other like we're gonna die. Like we have to go and like detonate Adriel. And I remember like all the scenes that we were like the whole cast together, like they had a hard time like not laughing, and it was very contagious. Like we just ended up laughing.
I always say when, I don't say if, when it comes to season 3. When we get a season 3, are there any sort of particular things that you would like to see when it comes to Camilla's story, aside from more action scenes?
Yes, I love the action scenes, please. Like I love the action scenes. They're just so much fun. I think that Camila has so many possibilities. I'm sure that they can do and like so many crazy stuff for Camila. But I really like the action scenes, and I love just like the humor that she brings. Like it's just so great.
More humor, more action. I think they can get on that, absolutely. If you could choose anywhere in the world for season 3 to be shot, I know you had hometown advantage with it being in Madrid last season. Sort of where is your dream filming location for season 3?
I would love to go to Thailand, like to film in Thailand. I'm sure that's cool. I love to shoot in Madrid also because it's like 4 months. It's very convenient for me. But it's also nice to travel around. I don't know. I love Thailand. I went there. My friend's from Thailand, and I went to visit her.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
If you stay in Madrid, you can stay and look after your cats. It's, it's easy as.
Yes, it is. It is convenient.
So I do love to touch on sort of the representation that the show does provide, because it is such a beautiful and strong show for positioning diverse communities and the reality of, like, a diverse world that we live in, to the forefront of this sort of larger than life story. So how is it for you to be a part of a show that does that?
Yeah, I'm very grateful. I love that the show represents that, but what I love is like the community around the show.
Yeah.
Like all the support that the show has been getting, and it's like very beautiful, very overwhelming. Like I love it. I love the fans, and I love like how they interpret the show, and the feedback. Like I do read like almost all of the messages that I get. Like I read them and I love it. Yeah. And they're so creative.
Yes.
Like they're so creative.
Yeah, yeah. And like it's just like earlier today I saw, I'll probably find it really quickly. It was this beautiful fan art of all of the sisters. I don't know if that's easy for you to see, but it's this one.
Yes, I saw it yesterday.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's amazing.
It's and like so complex. And I don't know, people.
It's amazing.
And yeah, and so like, with that, like the fans are so dedicated, and the fans are fighting so hard. So, are there any messages or anything you'd like to say sort of directly to them? I will give you the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to say thank you, like, to everyone that's been supporting the show and like supporting my character. Like I feel so much like warmth and love. Like it's so nice. And I do really like almost all the messages, and if there is a third season, it's gonna be because of the fans. Like for sure.
I sort of like to say that I am a bit of a bridge, between the fans and you guys, because, unfortunately, in a beautiful world, they would be able to, all talk to you face to face and tell you how much they appreciate you. I can say with absolute certainty, they adore you. They will follow you, regardless of anything else. You will have a devoted fan base sort of for the rest of your career. Because, once you have given yourself to a show with a support system like Warrior Nun, you will have them forever, whether you want to get rid of them or not. They'll be hanging around. And yeah, sort of from their hearts to yours. Thank you for being Camila. Thank you for giving so much of you to the character and to the show. You say you've read all the fan messages. That is an incredible undertaking. I'm sure you get heaps of them. Thank you for doing that. That's a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, I enjoy them because that like they're so witty. Some of them I crack out. Like I'm like I show my partner, I'm like, look at this, they're so great. They're good writers.
Yes, they're
like
very
I posted
good.
a picture of me and my cat, I think the other day, and I had so many messages, and I was laughing so hard. They were so great.
They've just got a great sense of humor. And I think like when you're approaching a show like Warrior Nun that is so deeply funny, that is so deeply complicated, to have a fan base that is also very funny, it's a bonus.
That's pretty cool.
So, that's sort of where like the bulk of my questions end. I do have a little game if you're willing to play it with me. Just a silly little game to finish up. So I will give you a character, and if you would just tell me what you feel like their go-to karaoke song would be, starting out with Lilith. What do you think's her vibe?
Lilith, I think like a song like the Titanic song from Celine Dion.
Yep.
Like I will always love you. Like very Emotive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ballad. I like it. I think
Yes.
that's definitely
Like
the energy.
epic. Something epic.
Something to suit her, just vibes. Her vibes are big. What do you think Yasmin will be singing?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. It's better than yours. It's better than yours. Like something sassy.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely agree. I think Mina would love that too. What do you think Adriel would be singing?
Adriel, like Eminem. Something like an Eminem song.
I see it.
Yeah.
Um,
Rapping.
oh my goodness. I now need to see William rapping an Eminem song. He sung Elvis to me in the interview I did with him. So that was
Oh my God. Amazing.
Okay, what do you think that Beatrice would be singing?
Beatrice would be like singing like I would say an opera, like an opera song, but also like she's also like she has a funny, like she's very funny also, like in a subtle way.
Yeah.
That maybe
It's a very important,
don't speak another day, but you got pretending. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. And this song with Ava, you know?
Yes.
Don't please stop pretending.
I love it. I love it.
I know it hurts. I know it hurts.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that
that's a duet.
Yeah. That's a duet.
Yeah. What would Ava's like individual song be, do you reckon?
I follow you deep sea, baby. I follow you. I follow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. What would Mother Superior's song be? I don't want to leave her out.
Yeah, I think one of Rafaela Carrà, that they're like no comincia tú. Do you know that song?
I know the tune. I don't know the words, but I do know the tune.
It's so well, I don't know the words either, but it's epic. It's so great, that song.
Awesome. And what would Camilla's song be?
Camilla's song, like the Frank Ocean song was pretty cool. Like, or you know what? The Bjork song, it's oh so quiet. Shh, shh. It's oh so still. Shh. And then you know when she she goes crazy. When I'm done and still.
Gentle, unhinged Camilla.
Yes.
Oh, I was meaning to ask, do you sort of have like I don't know, music that you listen to like get into Camilla's character? Like I know that some actors use music as a tool in that way. Do you do that?
I do it a lot for projects that I'm into, but I do it more at home.
Yeah.
Because then on set you just have to like the shoot goes so quickly and you have to be like coordinated with so many people that if you zone out too much, you'll probably like I can't zone out because I'm naturally I can zone out very quickly. I'm very like and I zone out like so if I try to zone out more, I can just like lose the whole set. If I'm doing like a theater play, I have so much time to relax, to zone out, but on set it's just it goes so quickly and everyone's talking to you, putting your costume on, taking it off, doing your make, like it's very hard.
What do you like? Because I was reading and I've seen that you've like done directing, you've done sort of lots of different things. Like, do you prefer more theater stuff, or do you prefer acting, or do you prefer directing? Where is your love? Where is your passion?
I really like everything because I feel that after I do like a big production, I always want to do theater. And after I do like a play, I always want to go back and do a movie. Like it's like when you're having with food, like you don't want to eat like lentil soups every day.
Yeah.
So I can combine everything. it just fulfills me in a way, like everything combined. But I do love directing. Like I directed a play 3 years ago, and I'm now working on my second play, and I love it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the play's about, or is it a big secret?
The play now?
Yeah.
That I'm writing?
Yeah.
It's about a couple, and it's called Vampires. Yeah, I like to do like a lot of rehearsals. Like I can be rehearsing like once a month for like a year, and maybe after that for like 3 weeks, like almost every day.
Yeah.
But I really like to like find out with the actors what we're gonna do, like with story, like to do something collective.
Yeah. Thank you just like so much for this time and for joining me. This has just been my absolute pleasure.
Yeah, same.
Everybody, please go and stream seasons 1 and 2 of Warrior Nun on Netflix. Don't forget to share it with your family, with your friends, and let's make sure that we get this incredible cast and the rest of the community a season 3. We're banking on it. So
Please.
And also, if you would be so kind, please don't forget to subscribe here on my channel so that you can see the upcoming conversations I'm having with more of the incredible Warrior Nun crew. It's my favorite thing to do, so please join me for it. And yeah, Olivia, if, in the future, whether it be for more Warrior Nun or for, anything else, I would love to talk with you again, because you're just the best.
My pleasure. You're the best too. You're great.
Thank you.
I loved it.
And yeah, just have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again very soon.
Bye.